my take.
Right.
And if you don't like it,
whatever.
Don't do anything. We're going to keep watching.
Well, we're getting into game number 2. T1 select the blue side again, unsurprisingly. The Space said they wouldn't be, you know, surprised or unhappy if T1 just ran it back. Any thoughts, Ox?
You got to make some tweaks. You know, I think maybe when you get the second rotation, the thing that sticks out to me is the Rakan ban. You know, Delight was fantastic on the Alistar. What did you actually gain from the Rakan ban? I feel like, honestly, you could switch that out for a Jax ban or an Alistar ban and probably fare better in this situation. So, we'll see. But the thing is now, T1 have revealed that their plan was to first pick Nidalee. So, now we're in a situation where Life Esports are like, do we ban Sejuani? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean,
think is being posed right now.
Yeah, they banned Sejuani second in the first game. So now they're mixing up the order, or they're just not banning it. Nope, they're just going to mix up the order. Little mind games, or they wanted to give a little bit of extra thought. You know, take an extra 40 seconds to decide. Either way, it's Nidalee again.
You know what? I think Life Esports could pick Vizeri here. I think that would be...
Yeah. You think so? Could be a winning formula?
Yeah, I could see them winning with those 2 picks and maybe some other picks as well. Although I'm not going to lie, if Peanut goes, I am playing Vi again, I'd kind of get it. But I think the Zeri obviously worked well with what the composition wanted to do. They're actually prioritizing the Renekton, so denying the Renekton Nidalee off the bat. T1 don't get to play that duo again. Be interested to see what Zeus prioritizes instead. And they'll also steal away the Corki. It looks like they're eyeing up. And to be fair, out of everyone on Life Esports, Zeka had the most trouble. You know, lane did not go too well for him into Faker, so they will deny that one away. And this is one of these situations where, you know, the phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I think Life Esports are just like, no, we'll just improve, you know. Last game wasn't one-sided enough. It was very close. We think things can be better.
Is Faker playing Lucian? Or is it Guma? I mean, that would be kind of weird to pick AD carry Lucian in this spot, but it is going to be Lucian regardless.
Yeah, we have seen this come out. Chovy, obviously, the first one, I believe, to play in the LCK into the Corki. And then the Gnar coming in. So less setup for the Nidalee, but T1 still following through with win lane, win game.
Yeah, it's basically like 3 strong champions. And as you mentioned, you know, they have Nidalee to try to help those lanes get ahead. It's great if you have Nidalee with 2 winning lanes, because then she can kind of go all over the map. We do have Zyra selected here for the side of Peanuts. And, you know, it's not Nidalee, but it does offer you really strong, fast clears and ability to affect lanes in your own right.
Yep, so it means you are going to be able to keep pace. That was one of the things that Peanut struggled a bit with, was keeping pace with Nidalee on a Vi. Not really possible. But it does mean they haven't locked in that bot lane. Neither team has, and we're seeing a lot more bans thrown towards that. We already had 380 carries banned in the first rotation. It's now up to 5. Leona taking off the cards.
You see Keria, he's got a little grin. I'm sure he knows it wasn't his best game of Leona. I think that Kaisa is a strong shout. It's another pick that Viper has looked very strong on, and they do deny that as well.
That's what you do, right? Each team picks an 80 carry in mid, and then 6 are banned to really just hurt Viper's pool. That's how you stop him from carrying. You know, just ban everything. We'll see what he has to bring out here. Looking at the MF, he should get buffed not too long ago. And they will lock it in, so, you know, I feel like you can sort of call back to, you know, like the days you're playing in gold with your friends, in, like ranked 5, and you had like Zyra MF, and you're like, oh, we can ult together, it'll be sick. Kind of gives me those vibes, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you throw some big teamfight ultimates right on top of the enemy champions, and they can't do much. I was thinking we might see Jhin Bard here on the side of T1. It's something they've gone back to many times. And no. I think Guma's very comfortable on the Jhin.
They made the Jhin Bard work last time. Jhin definitely good into the likes of like Zyra. Once she's out of position, she's really out of position. But the thing, I feel like they're lacking setup for the Nidalee. And they've gone for the Braum, so obviously a pick that can really block the damage from MF's ultimate. But again, you don't have fantastic setup to land some of these key skill shots. We've seen the engaged Braum far too many times.
He's saying Rel. That's not Rel.
Maybe he said not Rel.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
He was saying something like that. Could have been saying Ali as well, which Alistair makes sense. He had a great game in game number 1. Why not just play it again? It is very strong.
Yeah, the thing is though, I feel like a lot more onus is going to be on Delight in this one because you don't have the Vi, you don't necessarily have the fed Jax. Hopefully the Renekton gets fed is what I'm guessing they're leaning towards, but into not, Italy probably not. So closing the gap on a T1 might be harder, and the thing is T1 still have that poke from the Nidalee, the Jhin as well. If the poke starts to land, you can just open up with the ultimate. But I still feel like there's a lot of team fight power in Home Life Esports. T1's composition needs a fair bit of finesse, so we'll see.
Yeah.
See what they're able to do in this one.
It feels very similar to game 1 with wildly different compositions. I mean, maybe not wildly, but definitely a lot of new picks coming through. As hoping for lucky T1. A lot of T1 fans here hoping that they can turn things around, but I don't know. It just feels like Home Life Esports have their number this split, especially after the way the first series ended between them just 8 days ago. And, well, we might get a repeat here unless T1 can make this comp work.
Yep, that's the question. Can they pull it off? They obviously had a good early game last time, but they need more, and they can't make those critical mistakes in the 5v5s.
It's not going to be easy. Tons of team fight power here on the side of Home Life Esports. Let's get ready. Let's hop onto the rip for game number 2. That's the YouTuber again. Announcer, YouTuber, workman. Just getting on in there.
Getting hyped.
And this time he did it for Home Life Esports. Just wanted to show, you know, he's playing both sides.
Wait,
so he's not sure which team he wants to support yet.
Last game, he did it for T1, and T1
lost.
And this game, he did it for Home Life. Oh, no.
And Home Life.
We'll see.
Can they break the 1-game streak?
You know what's a combo we haven't seen in the longest time? Lucian Braum. It just doesn't exist in the bot lane anymore, really. But we have a Lucian and a Braum in this one. And I like the T1 using the strength of the Braum level 1. I feel like teams don't do this enough. Such a strong level 1 champion. If you get hit by the Winter's Bite, you're just basically dead. Because if you flash, they can just flash after you and proc the stun. So they'll use that for this heavy invade on the top side. But they've lit up Peanut's jungle like a Christmas tree. Forced him away over to his blue buff, where he didn't have as many plants set up. And we'll see what Oner manages to do. He did steal away a buff in the last game. Will he go for, like, I'm going to steal a buff and then cover my own jungle? Will he want to split the map completely? Looks like he's taking the Raptors as well, so maybe looking to get a bit more out of this. And the question is, what will he do to stop Peanut from stealing away jungle camps in return?
Yeah, it's definitely something they've been indexing into a lot. We're looking for the level 2 here for Faker. Now, the thing is, if you're picking Lucian into Corki, you have to put on pressure. You have to win lane. Otherwise, the Corki just kind of scales and feels fine, right? And we've seen Lucians do really well, as they can put on a lot of pressure. We've also seen some other Lucians just kind of go even and not really do as much as the game comes along. As here's Peanut. He's in mid and is trying to help out his Corki.
He's so fast.
And, I mean, he's going to land the root as well. That's electrocute. And all of a sudden, Faker, he's not going to have to flash anything, but he's not really winning the lane.
Yeah, and now Zeka's going to have so much prio. Peanut can just invade on blue side. I was thinking, hey, does he invade red side with a bot prio? He's just going to challenge here. You can see Doran coming over as well. Oner's about to get smite up. They both are.
Yeah.
I think he's not going to be able to approach, so Peanut does get to steal this buff away.
And Peanut just stood behind the blue buff, and he's like, well, you can't extend into this, and I can just dodge all the spears.
Yep, and also holds his nerve when the Nidalee spear came in. He's like, this doesn't do that much damage. It's not going to kill.
Oh.
Okay, I think we just move on. Don't Don't need to discuss.
Tell that to Jonah Strong.
Don't need to address it.
Oh, Oner's going in here. He's going to miss the spear, and he does heal. He's got red buff. I mean, this is getting relatively close, and now Peanut is like, uh-oh, I've got to flash away. Here comes Doran and Zeka. Going to get the flash out of Oner. This is getting incredibly dicey in the T1 jungle, as now some plants on the ground, but Zeus not going to get rooted. And we all just kind of back away, hands in the air.
Yeah, a bit slicey, incredibly dicey in that one. But Peanut had a lot of confidence on that play because Nidalee was so low, but then Nidalee with red buff doesn't need to do anything apart from just auto you and self-heal. And Oner ends up coming out ahead in the 1v1, and it's just a trade of flashes. You know, 2 flashes for the top and jungle from both sides. And already having a ton of action in this game between the 2 junglers. I think a big difference between the Vi game, where it was kind of just you take the L and just sort of retreat to your jungle and hope that the Nidalee leaves you alone and stops bullying you. Whereas this one, Peanut's like, no, I'll invade.
I mean, especially because he makes a nice little pass through mid, because he knows, you know, what I was talking about before, Faker's going to want to put on as much pressure as possible, and even just running through and getting a lot of damage on a Faker, it's not a kill, but it's a very effective gank because you push Faker back, you allow Zeka to get ahead on XP, seemingly, as well, and on farm, and you're able to just go in and pressure the blue buff.
Those are the ganks I hate the most. You know, if you're going to die, if the enemy jungler kills you in a gank, you're like, well, I guess I was out of position, you know? But the worst is when they just come in your lane and they just damage you, and you know you're not going to die, and they know you're not going to die, but they just ruin your laning phase and chunk you out, so now Faker's 10 CS behind.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
Viper might get stunned up here. Delight trying to help out. And he will be just fine. They did stop the back of Guma. Neither AD carry has back just yet.
It is a Jhin, though, with a Braum. Not exactly the best passive stacker, you know. In fact, out of every champion on T1, including the Braum himself, Guma is definitely the slowest at stacking up that passive.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it still does have synergy, but not in terms of stacking passive. You're exactly right. It has synergy elsewhere. You can hold up a door, you can keep Jhin safe, you can essentially set up kind of a turret situation. You have the ability to run people down extremely well just because you've got slows, you've got roots, you've got stuns. But yeah, Jhin, in that one facet, Jin's not very happy. Oner is not going to face check the brush.
You know what's going to be the worst is we get a situation where there's like one attack left to go for the stun, and Guma's just struggling with the ammo,
just running around reloading.
You know, like, oh god!
He's fooling us all, man. We do have a fight here over the grubs. This time Peanut is going to get one, but it does look like they'll give the other 2 over to T1. But not going to be 6 this time to T1.
Yeah, and I think Honor Life Esports, happy they could nab that one, get the extra XP for the Zyra, and sure they don't get more, but they disengage the situation. And going to look potentially towards the Dragon later on. They did swap their bot lane up to the top side for that play. So, you know, I say get the Dragon, but I think they might end up just sacrificing it here. But T1 seem to want to make a more active play, you know, rather than just waste time on the Dragon right now. Potentially look to challenge this tower. We'll see what they do with their time, because right now Viper and Delight have a wave built up, and Zeus isn't even bothering to try. He is just disengaging, he's leaving, he's gone.
Yeah. You can see how some of the training patterns do go in mid. Obviously Faker's a bit behind. He also went for the cull, so that's going to set him behind for now as well. Up against the phase of Zeka. Here is the push going on in the top lane. And they're even being shadowed by Peanut, who is able to just push Zeus off of the turret. And for now, Doran only getting pressured by a Jhin feels totally fine.
Yeah, and they're losing out so heavily here. T1 are. Fake is so low as well.
He does have flash, but okay, here comes Oner as well. And actually, Peanut has backed away. Zeka's like, you want to fight? Let's fight. I'll take the 1v1. Faker can't even join this. And Oner will be pushed away. Now we got a knock up here to Keria, and an MF ult straight to the face is the door. Not able to help at all. That is first blood given over to actually Delight.
Such a strange passage of play from T1. I feel like they just made the... I mean, when is the last time you saw Zeus hit a minion, by the way? But I feel like they just made the wrong decisions back to back, and Honor Life Esports held strong. So Doran's been picking up solo XP in the bot lane. He's completely fine. Peanut moved to pressure Faker, wasn't able to do so, but then they get this dive top on a Keria, and Oner didn't achieve much either. See, they're zoning them out so heavily, but Keria walks up to the wave solo. No backup, thinks I'm Braum, I'm strong. Strange flash interaction there. Try to flash the W from Delight, doesn't really work out, still in combo range. And then the ult from MF, you know, level 1 Braum shield reduces damage a lot less. You know, for anyone who's interested.
Well, what do you think? Maybe he leveled his E 3 times. It's possible.
Doubtful.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Yeah, it's 35%
kind of well known.
at rank 1. At rank 5, it's 55%. Which
wow. What's it at rank 3? 45?
45, yeah.
Yeah. Don't think it would have kept him alive.
Also makes the duration longer. Yeah, you know,
but it would have kept Ox very tilted since, what was it?
It wouldn't have changed
What
things.
finals was that?
Oh, that was the, wasn't that last year?
I think it was last year, yeah. Summer?
Maybe, or maybe it was spring.
Maybe, actually, yeah, I think it was spring.
Yeah.
I think it was spring.
But it's fine. I mean, you'll have points in your E anyway at this point, but I think it was just Keria, you know, overestimating his abilities. He's like, I'm Braum, I'm strong, said to the turret, stand behind me. MF ult doesn't damage the turret, so, you know, the turret's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, the turret felt a little bit confused by the situation, honestly. Zeus is going to flash away here, but he's not getting out by any means. He's not even going to hit Meganar, and Oner is just alone now underneath the turret. And Doran and Peanut say, no, we got what we wanted. We picked up an orange buff for our Renekton, and we're just going to back away.
Yeah, Zeus didn't realize that he's not allowed to farm this game.
Okay, trying to take the 1v1 here. Actually is going to win that. Oner gets some revenge in the top lane, and Doran's kind of left with a cheeky little smile. A little bit embarrassed after that one.
I feel like it's not been a good Doran series if he hasn't been solo killed at some point, you know?
That's true.
You gotta get it in.
Yeah, just get it out of the way early. You're like, okay, this doesn't matter now.
Yeah,
trying to land the stun here on a Zeka, but with Delight nearby.
There's the Lucian Braum combo, you know? I just think it's very funny. We have one of the fastest Braum passive stackers in the mid lane.
Yeah.
And the slowest in the bot lane, which is why Keria has just left Guma. He's like, you're on your own, buddy.
I mean, Guma has been alone for a while.
Yeah.
Finally, Keria comes over. He's like, all right, I guess I'll help you now. We never had a Drake taken at all. T1 had an opportunity earlier on, but they just didn't. So now Humble Life Esports going to take this one.
I think T1 were like, look, we want to get things done in the early game. We need to generate a gold lead, so let's not do Drake. They are now down 2,000 gold, and Humble Life Esports will take the first Drake. So didn't quite pan out how they'd hope, but the theory, we can follow the theory.
Yeah.
The execution, not so clear.
Yeah, the theory not working out very well. Humble Life Esports are kind of stomping them here in this early game. And Zeus, he's like, I can clear the wave.
Yeah. No. Had the flash early. Can't flash the auto attack. And then here, this is one of these moments where...
Wait, so that's what happened?
Yeah,
he really wanted to get it out of the way early.
Where you beat T1 not too long ago. You're 1-0 up in the series. You're ahead early against an Italy, and you're like... You're just so confident.
You got POG in the last game, even though Ox didn't vote for you.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah, this is why. This is why.
Yeah.
I saw the future. I saw this play coming, and it made me reconsider my vote.
He took like 5 turret shots.
Yeah. I think what was the best part is he ran through the turret, and he could have just taken 2, and then he stunned, and in effect, stunned himself under the turret. Stood there.
It was very silly.
Never changed, Doran. Never changed.
That.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that happened. Now Peanut's on vision. He doesn't care. He's just going to throw his ult on Oner, who is going to dodge a lot of the damage, but we got the super plants coming in, and Oner will disengage on the disengage cone. We do have Keria and Guma trying to go for the 2v2, but Viper already with the BT finished. Got to be careful about that.
You've seen this new MF build where BT has so much AD now, and obviously MF scales so well AD, but in the 2v2, not only do you kind of need Ignite, but like it's actually so hard to deal with this MF and make damage stick. Like, look at that trade. They broke Viper's shield.
Yep.
Oh, look, it's coming back. Oh, well, we just lose.
He just ran at both of them.
Yeah.
And was autoing as fast as he possibly
The light
could.
was just chilling,
Yeah.
you know? And Viper 1v2. A lot of pressure now from this MF. And also, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but Jin doesn't stack the Brawn passive very fast. All
right, that's your last time.
Okay,
that's your last
one.
time you're able to mention that.
Right, got it. In those trades, you ain't really stunning in return. As he doesn't stack it very fast. You know, the Jin.
Yeah, the Jin. Doesn't stack the Braum pass very fast. So you don't get the stun.
He only has 4
very
bullets.
Fast.
And he has not much attack speed, and then he has to reload. Jin, I'm speaking about.
Yeah, he's talking about Jin.
Zeus
Zeus is running down to the bottom lane here. Now, the issue with this is that he's really finding a lane where he can farm. This is not a lane where he can farm because there's a Zyra right there. He's going to spot it, and now he's like, well, where do I get to farm?
I'm going to ask if someone can let me know, hopefully from the space, when did Zeus buy his cull? And I'm kind of curious when he actually stacks it, because right now...
Right, he's farming the red buff.
No, he's not anymore. Yeah, he's... I thought game 1 was rough for Zeus.
He did pretty well in that game outside of, you know, the dive early on.
He's having a tough time.
Here comes Doran. He wants to take a trade up against Faker. Not going to overextend. There's not much of a wave here, though. Keria is trying to get this done. The stun comes down, and Doran flashes, but it's not enough. As the Faker is going to go down to the last shot from the tower.
Survives long enough for the tower to do the work.
What's happening here?
Doran, so you can see in the bottom left. Oh, wait. Zeus is going to hit a wave. Oh, he's getting some CS in.
He got a couple.
Okay, so he bought Cole, thank you very much, Chronicler, at 7 minutes.
Well, we're gonna, we got a little dive going on here as another TP is gonna come. Keria's just gonna die to the turret. Zeus says, yeah, maybe I can do that as well. Can he even get the knockup? Comes in from Delight, and the dive is just awful. Life Esports will easily clean that up.
Stop trying! Just give up! That tower, you can't deal with it. Just leave it alone for the rest of the game. Go mid, go bot, but you just... 2 times in a row, they've tried to make a dive work, and it's gone so badly. Doran gets a lot of damage down on Faker here. Stacks up the Fury, so he gets a heal here just off the Q. The ult does kill him, but Faker takes 1 shot too many. Maybe if he immediately flashed, he would have lived, but a bit late. And then Keria taking too many tower hits off the bat, and then Zeka just melts him. Honestly. And then here, it looks like Zeka, he takes the spear, looks like he's going to go down, but Delight ults the stun, gets the pulverize to save Zeka. Clutch play from, oh my god.
No. Oh no, not Zeus.
Why
not this guy. And, ooh, nice little dodge there on the missile. But again, you're not allowed to farm in this game. We've already established that, and Life Esports have made 100% sure that this Gnar does not get to lane at all.
Will he complete the call by the end of the game? I'm honestly unsure at this point. Herald coming in, but they won't be able to do more. The spear hit Viper, and he's still full health.
Yes.
Yep. The poke not really going to do much against him. And Zeka going to put some pressure down in this mid-tier 1. I think he has to back off, though. He is being flanked.
It's Mountain Soul again, by the way. So, pretty interesting stuff. Guma's just going to walk by the Zyra, and he's going to get rooted and die. So, this has happened a lot. I feel like T1 are losing a bit of focus, and Life Esports are in the driver's seat right now, because that's like 3 or 4 kills in a row where T1 members are trying to do things, and they're just getting clobbered.
It's getting very goofy, I think we can say.
Yeah.
But Life Esports are not hesitating.
We've seen happy gaming. This just looks like sad gaming.
No, it's so crazy that I say that, and then Zeka just does this.
Yeah.
Like, I literally say Life Esports aren't hesitating, I'm trying to compliment them, and Zeka just takes 18 towers.
Light, he's going to have to flash this. And that's a turret going over to Life Esports.
He's 20 away from the coal being stacked. He's he's so close, but so far.
He's getting there.
He's slowly coming through. He has 600 more gold than Delight.
Delight does have 2 kills, to be fair.
Yeah, Delight is pretty fed.
I don't know how he manages to get those last hits, but
yeah, he's working hard.
Oh, I don't want to watch this again.
Yeah, let's break it down. So what Guma does is he assumes they can't kill him, and he misjudges the max range of Zyra root, and then he dies.
Yep, that's what happened. And he's just trying to save the turret. Like, you can understand, like, the reasoning, but the actual execution, we talk about this all the time. It's like, okay, you understand their mindset, what they're thinking, but it just ends up looking very silly. It's just a free Jhin kill. Peanut is just everywhere, it feels like, in this game. Like, he's top, he's bot, he's pressuring, making sure Zeus doesn't get the farm, he's pushing turrets, he's always in the right place at the right time. And that time, he's able to pick up a kill.
Okay, 16 to go on Zeus. This is what I'm investing
looking at the call.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's definitely very one-sided to Humble Life Esports, but the game is not blown out yet, right? They're still very much in the driver's seat, almost certainly going to close out the game.
That's why I'm focused on the call, because that's the comeback, right?
Yeah.
When Zeus stacks the call, 15, 40, we're closing in.
We're getting there.
This is T1's win con. the call.
12. He's got a wave in top. I mean, he's actually able to farm now.
2 more waves.
We have
I hope everyone cheers when he stacks the call. This is a momentous occasion. He's not even rushing. He's taking it slow. Only last hits. Only last hits. 9 to go.
Yeah, I mean, they lost all of their outer turrets. So you can see he's actually not pushing the wave. He's actually trying to have it push into him, which is very smart given the situation.
Oh, but now Corky's coming, so he can't farm the next 5 stacks. It has been 13 minutes now since he bought the cold, you know?
Yeah.
He's just trying to get his gold. He's recalled.
He's not able to finish it just yet. He's going bot. And, I mean, Zeka is pushing in the top wave, but it does look like Faker's just going to go up there. So, now with Baron available, and Humble Life Esports in
Baron for cull trade?
Total control of the map.
Is that the strat? Do we trade? We let Zeus get cull bot lane and we give up Baron?
Oh, he does have TP. So I hope at this point in time, if they're worried about a Baron take, he is ready with his Mega Gnar.
It's coming. I don't want to get too excited, Brendan.
No, he's going to go for the trade instead. He's looking to take down Doran. Zeus actually behind Doran now, and Delight is on the huge flank here.
There's your 2 stacks. Where are you going? Get the wave! No!
There's no call in this play, I'll tell you that. Zeus is dead. The only question...
Wait, the minions! Get the minions!
Oh!
No! Zeus!
He's not going to get it. And Viper's going to pick up the kill. Zeus goes down for the 3rd time. And, yeah, he still hasn't finished his call.
He literally could have got it. I think he should. If he died under the tower for the call, he could have said worth in all chat.
Yeah.
He can't anymore. It wasn't worth.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not even like, I mean, okay. Well, let's look at what happened on the map, because at least T1 were able to get in and take some vision around the Baron. But it's very much a very small thing. Don't get me wrong. Zeus going down, and also Faker's just leaving Keria to die.
I love how we get the engaged roam, and now, Faker goes, I don't condone that, I'm leaving.
If Keria dies and T1 get the dragon, I feel like that's pretty worth for T1, although it depends on who gets the kill. They're just going to give it over to Zeka. Also, Peanut's just going to die. This game has just gone off the rails, guys. I don't even know, like, where we are. Where am I?
Where is Zeus right now?
Yeah, well, he's in potentially 0-4 land. He is about to hit Mega Gnar, but let's see if they can take him out before that. Yes, they will. Down he goes. And Zeus, in fact, will hit Mega Gnar, and he still hasn't finished the call.
It's been 15 minutes.
And Humble Life Esports get the dragon.
Guys, you need the coal power spike. How are you supposed to win if you don't get the stacks? Oh, well, Humble Life Esports managed to respond. Peanut obviously went down, but a quick cleanup will get them their 3rd dragon. T1 will clear vision around the Baron, and that coal will remain unstacked. Every time I'm convinced it's going to happen.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, wait. He's spawning in 2 seconds. There's a wave bot lane. He pings on the way.
No, the replay!
How can you show a replay at a time like this? We've been waiting.
Okay, so this is how they got Peanut.
Yeah, just stepped up too far with the team up there. This is kind of the value of the Jhin into the Zyra, with it being in a mobile pick. The pick potential is there.
Yeah.
But the TP comes in, and T1 are so far behind. Zeus ends up being the sacrifice. Does flash the combo from the light, but it's just not enough.
Honestly, the best member to sacrifice, right? He doesn't have any kills. He might as well. He did finish the call. We have confirmation that Zeus has finished the call after 17 minutes. But, yeah, I mean, they go very deep for the kill. I think it's still worth. But again, they have to do so much more to come back in this game. And this might be the angle. Doran does take a big chunk of damage, but the light in the front line here tanking up a bunch of the damage.
You know what that was? That's cold diff. It gave them the confidence to go for that play, chunk out Doran. T1 are revitalized on the back of that small influx of gold. But they are trying to ward Honor Esports away from the Baron. They're trying to force them out, get some poke down, but struggling against pressure. And I think a big thing is their T1 being down, their tier 1 being down for T1, and Honor Life's being up. It means it's very hard to get pressure around mid. They do land the root on a Peanut, but don't really get the follow-up right now.
Yeah. At this point in time, I mean, they're just trying to clear out as much vision as possible, utilize traps, utilize Jhin traps as well, and just try to slowly edge their way forward to this river. But Life Esports very far ahead, controlling the vision around it very well. And, you know, they're not going to start the Baron. They could, absolutely. I mean, they have double AD carry and Zyra. So if at any point they feel like they've got an angle, they could easily just start it up.
Yep.
But they're just baiting.
They're just waiting for the angle. And the thing is, this Corki is so strong. Zeka with 3 items, the rapid fire Triforce Manamune is very scary.
You're not allowed to approach him.
Yeah, will be super dangerous. Big spikes for Peanut with the Leandries, Rylai's.
All right, here's the moment.
AD. This is the angle they're going for.
They have the plan set up already. I mean, they're just getting it done. Peanut showed in the brush. They don't know it's starting. They don't have a trinket, and look at how fast it's burning. The T1, yes, they realize now, but can they get in position? Oner being zoned away by the Alistair. Keria desperate to try to steal it with the Q. It's not going to happen. Life Esports take the Baron for free.
Yep. Delight playing bodyguard so he can knock away Oner if needed, and there was like 6, probably 7 million plants in the pit, so Oner throws a spear and it just hits one of the plants. Good move from Life Esports. They get the control, they get the Baron, and now with 2 minutes until Soul, Baron in pocket, they can get that inner tower mid and top probably of the back of this and just completely consolidate control of the map and take over. And T1 just won't really be able to do much to respond. They kind of need a pick, and they need it quickly. They need to find an angle, find someone who's overstepped from Life Esports, kill them, deny the Baron pressure, and then somehow sneak the Dragon. A lot of difficult to do things, but I think that is the win con right now for this T1 composition.
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen. Life Esports, they've been so clean in terms of coming back in game 1, and then now in this game, just a lot of angles where they found so much value. T1 kind of handing them a lot of different plays under turrets and not exactly playing their best game. And Life Esports just handled it perfectly. They've sucked up all the gold off the map. They've gotten all the objectives except the grubs. They don't really care about the grubs because T1 are never really allowed to hit turrets, so it doesn't really offer them all too much.
And you know, it feels like a big factor as well is the fact that Life Esports, despite being given the opportunity to just run the draft back, said no, we can do better. And the advantage they've gotten over T1, the lack of engage from T1, the Jhin Braum not really providing that much value right now, the Lucian not doing anything really to the Corki in terms of pressure, has resulted in Life Esports being far further ahead than they were at any point really in the first game. Complete control right now. Keria being the one to try and walk up, puts the shield down but still getting poked out by these plants, and it's just so hard to contest space against a Zyra.
Yeah, because with how well Peanut is playing as well, like he's putting down plants forward in the face of T1, and if they ever really try to clear vision, he's always poking them down. And even just a little bit, you know, he's got slows on everything with Rylai's. He has Leandri's, so he's doing damage. He's slowing them. They cannot approach, and he's poking them down. And now, with Mountain Soul about to hit, that is going to be taken by Zeka alone, and 3 members just pushing by themselves down on the bottom side. HLE Esports don't even care. They know they can't be engaged on, even with Zeus holding Meganar. You just can't do anything.
Yeah, and the thing is, they use the Gen ult to try and take Doran out and just end up doing about a third of the Light's health bar, and that's it. You know, there's a ward actually behind. You can see that control ward. T1's not even confident enough to like TP in for a flank angle. I'm really struggling to see the approach they can make. You know, I talked about pick potential. That's basically all they can do right now. Hoping a prayer on that. Alternatively, Burger flip Baron. I mean, not Baron, Elder. Burger flip Elder. I think that's the play. You know, hope that Oner gets a miracle steal.
You know, I did have a burger today.
Oh, did you?
I'll let you know that.
How very American of you.
You know, I just decided today's the day I'm just gonna get a burger before the cast. Just kind of felt like it was the way to go. And I think you're right. It's the only way now for T1. You just gotta burger flip it, get the spatula out, hope you land a spear, you get Oner in the pit, you find a way to get Elder and chip them away, but again, like, this is the first time Zeus has hit the turret in a long time, and he may pay for it. Actually, I think he's absolutely going to pay for it, as he's just burning down. He doesn't do anything to Peanut except half his health, as now they're trying to engage on a Viper, but it's just so fast that the Braum ult is too slow to catch the MF. And now TP comes in from Doran just in case. And, you know, there's no objective at this point in time, but HLE Esports just want to totally suffocate the map.
Yep, the engaged Braum, again, not the best. Not too good at taking down high mobile targets, and even though in terms of dashes, the MF doesn't have many, you can see Viper so hard to hit when you can just run back and forth with 60 extra movement speed than everyone else.
Yeah.
And with that massive shield...
The MF just feels so good.
It's so obnoxious.
It feels so good. Just as a pick. I mean, I know we had like 6 or 7 80 carry bans, which is why we get Jim versus MF. Like, it's another year, but, you know, I think it's pretty good. HLE Esports, they don't have Baron, they don't care. And a big spear is going to hit Doran. Also the root coming in, maybe the angle, but you know what? The wallets are just so gigantic. The knockup comes in on Oner, and Doran lives. It's 2 kills, make it 3 for Viper as HLE Esports smash them in their base, and they will take the 2-0 tonight.
Absolute decimation. Once again, HLE Esports find their angle. No hesitation. They close out the game in even more dominant